Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel where we're building our beautiful coffee farm. I'm so happy and sad to say we're back from our beautiful trip in Matagalpa, and I can't wait to share with you tips that we learned while we were there in case you decide to visit yourself.
Yeah, we stayed at an amazing Airbnb right on a coffee plantation, and I think Courtney fell in love there and did not want to come back. You wanted to move to Matagalpa already?
Yeah, maybe I don't even have to go visit all these places I'm about to recommend to you. That's how beautiful it was.
Yeah, the Airbnb was nice. It's linked on our Patreon there if you guys want to check it out. But we're gonna start first with 5 things to do in Matagalpa. That way we want to give you guys the value if you're traveling this way. And number 1 is waterfalls. So Matagalpa has some incredible waterfalls. Our favorite waterfall, what was it called, Courtney?
Santa Emilia.
Yeah, Cascada Santa Emilia was about a 15 to 20 minute drive going towards La Dalia. You drive into this incredible mist in the mountains, and it's just misty, rainy. The weather's cool. That's kind of like part of the reason we like Matagalpa, because it's a cooler zone of Nicaragua. And then you reach Cascada Santa Emilia. You want to tell them a little bit about the story of the owner for Cascada Santa Emilia? How did he start it, and why is he there? Why is Cascada Emilia there?
You know what? I'm not the best at telling these stories, but I will say from what I think I heard is that he's actually not from Nicaragua. He's from Bolivia. He just went there and saw this beautiful piece of land and was like, why don't we do something with it? And so he ended up purchasing the land. No one had it, and it had a waterfall on it. And so he opened a restaurant and a beautiful trail. And what more about the trail did you
Yeah, so the waterfall is like on the edge of the road, so people had been coming to it already. The locals knew about it, but as Courtney mentioned, he fell in love with that waterfall. So he thought, how can I open this to the public and make it more accessible? So when you go down, there's a restaurant at the top, and then you go down a set of stairs and you see this beautiful waterfall. And what's cool about this waterfall is that it has a cave right underneath it. I think from erosion, from soil erosion over the years, so you can walk right underneath the waterfall, and you can also camp there, huh?
Yeah, so they even put up a tent to show you can camp there. It is gorgeous, and we didn't get to hike the whole thing with Elliot, but it actually goes a few miles in.
Yeah, you can also do hiking, and it goes a few miles in. Yeah. On top of that, they have a restaurant on the site, so you can go drink a beer, eat some food, or you can also get a massage. Believe it or not, they do massages there, which is, I found it kind of funny though, because you're in the middle of nowhere and then you get a massage, you know? So.
And if you are one of those folks that like to do some Instagram, they even put a swing out right near the waterfall. They make it a whole thing just for you in case you decide to go.
So super cool story about this person building this location here. Now he gets hundreds of visitors. So do not miss Cascada Santa Emilia. Definitely, it was an amazing trip for us to go visit there. Unfortunately, we couldn't get to Cascada Luna because we only had 3 days in Matagalpa, but it's on our bucket list for next time. It looks gorgeous. This waterfall, though, way different than the one in Santa Emilia, as it's spread out and it just looks like a cascade coming over. It looks like a postcard, actually. So we need to check that out next time, huh?
Yeah, and I think it's actually even closer to Matagalpa City. It was like maybe an 8-minute drive.
Yeah, it was a little bit closer to Matagalpa City. So gorgeous. So you got to get away a little bit. So you might need to take a bus, taxi, or hitchhike, or rent a car, though, if you are without a vehicle in Matagalpa.
So the second thing on our list that we really want to share with you is exploring the city. Matagalpa is gorgeous. It kind of reminds us of San Francisco a bit. It's like the San Francisco of Nicaragua. Lots of hills, so if you are walking, plan to get your steps in. It is beautiful though, and they have some great coffee shops. One of them we went to was Mulu Cacao, and they sell chocolate there too. So that is my favorite stop of all. But also we did find this new shop called Boston Cafe, and it had a beautiful view of another Mirador that we'll mention later, but it just was really relaxing, and the church was very close by. So, and I think there was one more spot in the city that we went to.
A coffee spot, was it?
It was the museum, I think.
Oh yeah, we also hit up the coffee museum. Matagalpa in general, the design is beautiful. When you go to the middle of Matagalpa, the park is huge, and right in the corners of each park you can find some fresh fruit. So remember, we got some fresh fruit there. It was you can knock yourself out eating fruit there. There's a lot of hustle and bustle, and then the cathedral is very beautiful. The architecture is just white face there with some beautiful design work. and then the inside is gorgeous too. So definitely check out the cathedral. And when you walk around Matagalpa, there is a lot of traffic, so you just have to learn how to flow in there and move around, right?
Just like I said, just like San Francisco.
Yeah.
Plus the university is there, so that's also really pretty to even just go and see if you wanted to just check it out to see how the students get by.
My favorite next one though, so we got the waterfalls, city exploration. There's a lot to do, a lot to eat, a lot to see, because there's different culinary experiences there. So you do have some German people there, some people from the UK, so you have different stuff. Oh, not to mention also, if you're coming to Matagalpa, eat the fritangas. We did try an amazing guirilla spot, huh, remember?
Yeah, I won't even try and pronounce that name again, but the beans and rice were really good and the cuajada looked delicious.
Yeah, it was amazing. There's this hole in the walls guirilla spot, and the owner's there sitting, taking orders, and you can feel that she really cares about her food, and it was incredibly delicious.
Yeah.
The third thing that you should do if you're coming to Matagalpa is coffee touring. That's probably my favorite out of all of them. Courtney and I were blessed enough to go to the coffee museum. We showed up the first day and it was closed. So on Google Maps, I think the schedule's slightly off. So it's better to go and ask. That's what we ended up doing. But the coffee museum is free to enter, and then it tells you the history about how coffee came to Matagalpa when it first got commercialized by Germans. It tells the story how the first Germans came in and they started planting coffee and commercializing coffee. That's why Matagalpa is such a big coffee hub. That was pretty cool to learn, right?
Yeah, it's also free of charge, so I mean, it doesn't hurt to just educate yourself.
Yeah, it's free of charge. You walk in, spend an hour or two reading there. Very, very cool story. Plus they got some old bow and arrows, some things where you used to grind cacao, some old coffee machines. It's cool to see what production used to look like back in the day. Second thing about coffee, what is it, Courtney? Coffee farm touring, right?
Yeah, so Selva Negra is also a beautiful place that many people probably have heard of, but we haven't been back in a few years, but when we did go, they grew their own beans, they make their own coffee.
Organic, all organic coffee too. So if you're into organic coffee, it's one of the oldest organic farms here in Nicaragua. And it's beautiful, you know, and they have a small lagoon in the middle. Remember when we went last time? We went a few years ago. It's just been a while that we haven't gone back. And really beautiful cottages to stay, right?
Yeah, super gorgeous. A lot of people do their quinceañeras there, have weddings. That's how beautiful it is. It's very scenic.
Coffee farm touring, you don't only need to hit Selva Negra, you can search on Google and there's about 5 to 10 different tours that you can take. So you can go to an independent, smaller farm, which I would advise too, because you're giving back to the smaller farmer. Go check out their plantations. Not only coffee though, you can also do cacao, because Matagalpa, there's production of cacao all in the outskirts of Matagalpa.
Yeah.
That's why Courtney was saying about Mulo Cacao, which is the coffee shop. They make their own chocolate using cacao from Matagalpa.
I'm sure you've seen Kalayo on our channel if you've been following us, and he actually purchases his chocolate from that region. So it's a huge chocolate region.
Cacao comes, yeah, right?
Yeah.
It does. I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
so actually I think that will be next on our list because I'm definitely gonna see Matagalpa again. But yeah, so definitely Google search and make a trip out of it.
All right, you got 4 so far, and was that 4?
No,
That was
but
3,
we like
okay.
to jump ahead.
Yeah,
so.
we like to jump ahead. We got a number 4 coming up, that's right. So number 4, Miradors, viewpoints, right? So to me, Matagalpa is like tucked in down, right? Down in elevation, and around there's a bunch of mountain ranges.
Yeah.
And you can go check out some incredible miradores. Which one was your favorite?
Ooh, I didn't get to see them all, but Calvario?
Or Calvario, I think.
Calvario.
Yeah.
So it's just it's kid friendly, it's beautiful. They even have a park in the entrance. We sadly did not play at that park because Elliot was sleeping, but they have a park for kids, and then they have levels of how you could see the viewpoint, and it's just gorgeous.
I would say it's the most popular one in Matagalpa. They have a restaurant on site. They also sell desserts on the corner. It gets a lot of visitors, and at night I heard it's spectacular to see Matagalpa lit up. The view from there, you see the whole mountain range and Matagalpa right in the middle. What was the other mirador that we didn't unfortunately make it to, but it's on our list for next?
Well, we could kind of see it. It's Cruz de Apante.
Yeah, Cruz de Apante.
And the only reason why we didn't actually get all the way way up to the Cruz de Aponte is because it required 45 minutes of walking. It was a very hot day the day we decided to go, and Elliot just was knocked out.
It's on our bucket list for next time, and we'll be making a video to showcase you guys. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hey, leave and subscribe. Stepping away a little bit from Matagalpa, right?
Yeah, so now we're getting you to Matagalpa, and if you're heading to Matagalpa, I suggest to take the road that goes through San Rafael, because we had a beautiful few stops that we went to. And do you remember which stops we stopped at?
Yeah, so one of my favorite stops was a strawberry farm, which is called Fresa Nica. We were in northern Nicaragua, so we were coming down south to Matagalpa, so you have to pass through Jinotega. And then, so right in the Jinotega is a strawberry farm called Fresa Nica that was done by Nicaraguans who were living in Costa Rica, and they learned how to farm strawberries, so they came back to Matagalpa region to start a strawberry farm. So super cool story, and you can go there, watch the whole process, how it's grown, and from there you can drink some smoothies. I know, Courtney, you love the smoothies.
I think I had 3 of them.
Yeah, she had 3 smoothies. They have some really good food too you can eat. So definitely check out Fresa Nica, a beautiful tour of the strawberries. You get to see it from plant to strawberry smoothie.
Another stop that we did along the way is Coffee Lovers. So we have been before, but this time around they have a new chef. It was a really great experience. Their patio was opened up. You have a beautiful view. And I think it was the best panini I've had in the north.
Yeah, I think so too. A lot of the locals know about it, but rarely any people coming to travel Nicaragua make it there. So yeah. I think definitely check out Coffee Lovers in San Rafael del Norte. What else, Courtney? What would you say about Matagalpa? Would you go back?
I need to keep going back because I gotta still go to the chocolate tours. I wanna experience more. I absolutely feel at peace in those mountains, almost just as much as our coffee farm. I mean, I love where we are at, and the cabin, I will never leave it, but it was a very at-home feeling.
We spent a total, was it 3 nights, right? 3 nights.
It wasn't enough, that's all I know.
That's the point, it wasn't enough. So if you're coming to Matagalpa, at least 4 to 5 nights, I think you'll be able to hit all the spots and see a lot, you know?
Yeah.
If you can spend more time, that's even better, because here in Nicaragua, it's Nica time. Things move a lot slower, so you just gotta be able to adjust and go with the flow.
And if you've been to Matagalpa and we didn't mention something that you also enjoyed, let us know, because I'm taking tips. I love going there.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, comment below, and then next time we go to Matagalpa, we'll film and do a travel vlog for you guys. On our Patreon also is a full travel report of everything we hit and all the links, the price of the Airbnb, so you can go ahead and click on it and you'll know exact locations if you want to go.
Yeah, and even some other tips and tricks about Matagalpa.
Yeah, there's also some insider tips and tricks, what restaurants are good, and maybe ones that you can kind of skip, you know?
Yeah.
So hopefully you found value in this video. We wanted to share this with you guys because I know some of you that watch want to travel Nicaragua and want to find local areas to go. While we're traveling, we want to give you guys that information.
Yeah, stay tuned till the next time.
So make sure to subscribe to the channel, check out our Patreon, and it is your Coffee Familia signing off. We'll see you guys in next week's video. Hasta luego.